Welcome back to Central Valley Talk. We've been doing this since 2008, and our YouTube just hit 1 million views. We're very proud of that. We try to bring in experts in fields around our community to bring us information and tell us about their businesses and what they do and why we would even need them. So to that, and I've invited Stephane Russo to be on the show. Notary Public. What's a Notary Public?
So a notary is someone that will notarize your documents to make them legal. Yeah. So we identify you, that you're the actual person signing the document.
Because anybody can find a document and write Mike Briggs on it and say that I did it, but a notary makes sure that that person has signed it.
Yes, okay. The correct person is signing.
Now, and by the way, you go right to the clients.
Correct. Yeah. I'm mobile, so I will come to you at your home, at your office, anywhere.
Great. Now, people will always try to get me, hey, come to my place, I need you to sign a document and notarize. I'll get my own notary. Yeah. I'll call Stephane Russo. She'll come right here to my office, and we will take care of it.
That's right.
It's not that expensive. You don't have to say your prices, but I'm always shocked how affordable notaries are. So.
It is. It's very affordable, and also I like people to understand that these are your most important documents. So the price really doesn't matter.
A lot of time, well, you have to do it in real estate a lot, but you go to the title company, they have a notary. But you could tell the title company, I don't want to drive all the way down there. I'll call Stephane Russo. She'll come to my house. We'll sit at my kitchen table and take care of it. The other day, I had a client. Her husband had died. She needed to get property into her name, and she needed the thing from the county recorder. She needed it notarized.
Correct.
And so it's not always just real estate. There's other things.
Right. There's so many documents that need to be notarized. If you're a parent and you need to travel with your child, maybe one parent's not going, there's a parental consent. There's people that, when you're going into schools, there's documents that you need, maybe notarized. So there's so many titles for cars, all kinds of things. Yes.
Let's talk about power of attorney.
Yes.
Who needs that?
So
what is that? Yeah.
Well, a power of attorney gives someone the ability to assist you in your financial needs or healthcare needs if something happens to you. Right. So you want to get someone that is responsible, they're over 18, and that they can that you want them to help you out.
And who, for example, would you do that with?
So, for example, if college students are once they become 18, when your children become 18,
they're adults.
Yes, they're now adults, and so you don't have the say in what happens to them. So, if something happens to them while they're away, you want to be able to assist them at the hospital and be able to talk to the doctors, or if you need to do something with their finances, you want to be able to go to their bank or anything like that.
Cool.
So you want
get a power of attorney out. Yes. Now, my son went away to college. Appendix had to have his appendix out as an emergency. We didn't have power of attorney. It was a mess. I never even thought of getting it. Nobody even suggested to us through all that. Well, like, why don't you have the power of attorney? Yes. But of course you should do that. So.
Yeah, it's very important. It's one of those things that no one wants to talk about or think about, but unfortunately, things do happen. Right. I mean, it could be something very minor, but even as you said, like with an appendix, you still want to be able to call the doctor and get a follow-up on what's happening or anything like that.
I saw a case recently. A person became incapacitated, and his wife couldn't pay the PG&E bill. Mm-hmm. Oh no, you're not on the account. Couldn't make a mortgage payment. She couldn't make payments for him, and they never even thought of what do you do if something like that happens. So.
That's something as minor but as important as the PG&E bill. Yeah. So it's really important to think ahead. When you're not in a bad situation, that's when you really want to think about these important documents.
Now you said I have this fun flyer you made that people should have a party.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, so one thing you can do is you can get a group of your friends, and then you guys you get your own documents from either your lawyer, you can get them offline or places like that, and then you have a party. You can bring food and celebrate, and then we'll bring in notaries, and then we'll notarize all your documents at one time.
Have a power of attorney party. Now I'm thinking that you get more people together all at once, it might be a little bit cheaper for you guys to do that.
Exactly.
have Stephanie over to the party, of course. Now, would you have those documents? Can you provide the documents?
No, as a notary, we're not able to provide the documents. But if you have a lawyer, or there are places online that provide them,
Yeah.
sometimes like Office Depot, places like that. You can
I use my attorney. It's called Google Attorney, and I Google a document I need,
Yes.
and you can always find it. Sometimes you got to pay $5 for it. It's not; they're not expensive. These
Right.
documents. Get the documents. Get everybody together. In fact, get one and then photocopy it for everyone.
Right.
One power of attorney. Have Stephanie over and get the power of attorney done.
Right. And it's another thing, like for if you get, like I said, your 18-year-old. So your kids graduate from high school and maybe get their group of friends together. And this is just another
Yeah.
like passing of the time, right? They're all becoming adults. They're all going off to college, and this is just another special moment they get to share before they all go their separate ways.
And should husbands and wives have them between themselves?
Most definitely. That's another one thing that people think, that just because you're the spouse that you have all the rights and it's easy to do those things, but often it's not. There's a lot of things that become challenging.
I bought property, and my wife's not around, so I said, just list it as his sole and separate property. She's not here to sign, and they do that. And I always think, well, we'll straighten that out later, but it's my sole separate property. So you'd have to go, if I died or something, we'd have to go through probate, and have the judge decide, get the power of attorney. And
Exactly. And it costs a lot of money once you have to go through probate and then lawyers and things like
yeah.
that.
I'm young. I'm going to be 65. It's pretty young. But people my age are having strokes. My friends, they're
Right.
dying and having strokes. You don't expect stuff like that, but you don't plan for the unplanned. But this is a good way to be prepared for a lot of stuff.
Exactly. And have fun with it. Bring your friends, have a party. You guys can celebrate that you did this, take some pictures, all that good stuff.
Power of attorney party. Now, we have some info. Your Instagram and your Facebook, they're the same. Russo Notary.
That's it.
@ Russo Notary. Go find. Will you find information on this out there?
Yes, you will. And then you can always give me a call, and then we can schedule myself or someone else to come right out.
That's your phone number, right? 559-448-6027.
That's correct.
And who answers that? Your
I do.
secretary? I say, never use a notary that doesn't answer their own phone. That's my saying all the time. And you get emails at info@russonotary.com.
That's correct.
Things like that. What else do you want our viewers to know today?
Just how important it is to get the right notary and get all your documents done when you guys aren't pressed for something.
Yeah.
That's the most
Yeah.
important thing.
They always call notary in an emergency. So,
Right.
but Stephanie, I recommend Stephanie. Next time I need a notary, I'm only going to call Stephanie and have her come drive. She'll get in her car, drive to my office here, and notarize stuff.
That's right.
like that. Thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you very much.
And we'll be back with more Central Valley Talk right after this.